Most people look at a small audio interface and assume it's just for a quick podcast or a solo guitar track. But this little silver box from Tascam has a bit of a split personality. It sits on the desk with a surprisingly solid 3-pound weight to it, which is a nice change from the cheap plastic feel you get with some entry-level gear. It feels like it could actually survive a few accidental drops, which is always a plus when you're constantly moving cables around. Now, the real draw here is the Ultra HDDA preamps. They are remarkably clean. You don't get that annoying hiss when you crank the gain to record a quiet acoustic guitar or a soft vocal take. It's just transparent, honest sound. What's interesting is how they managed to pack so much utility into such a compact frame. You've got two main inputs, but the real magic happens around the back with that optical S-Mux port. If you ever find yourself needing to record a full drum kit or a small band, you can just plug in an expansion unit, and suddenly you're looking at 10 inputs instead of 2. It's a clever way to grow your setup without having to replace the whole interface. The onboard processing is another one of those features that sounds like a gimmick until you actually use it. Having a compressor and a 4-band EQ built right into the hardware means you can dial in a decent sound before the signal even hits your computer. It saves a ton of time during tracking, especially if you're trying to get a vocal to sit right in the mix while you're still recording. That said, it isn't perfect. The software interface for those effects can feel a little clunky at times, and it definitely takes a minute to get used to the workflow if you're coming from a more plug-and-play environment. Also, while the dual headphone outputs are a lifesaver for monitoring with a guest, the volume knobs are positioned a bit close together for anyone with larger hands. It's a minor annoyance, but you'll notice it when you're trying to make quick adjustments during a live session. Still, for the price, the build quality and the sheer flexibility of that expansion port make this a serious contender for anyone who wants to start small, but keep their options open for the future. It's not trying to be the flashiest piece of gear on the market, but it does the heavy lifting without making a fuss. If you're tired of interfaces that feel like toys and you want something that actually respects the signal you're putting into it, this is definitely worth a look. It's a workhorse, plain and simple.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.